Hi, my name is Trisha and I'm the owner of blownbeautyart.com and Blown Beauty Art on YouTube. I'm so excited that I'm going to share with you over 5 years of my feelings on canvas, paper, and other things. Please like and subscribe and share my work, and I look forward to sharing with you soon. Every portrait is a story, and we all have that inside of us, and we are all survivors. And there is a way that we can transcend the darkness into the light. And I look forward to sharing with you how I did that. Thank you so much for your love and your support, and I'll see you all real soon. Thanks.
Oh yeah, there is an original Blown Beauty art, and the artist's name is Trisha. She is here on TikTok, and she made a statement, and she's basically come out to say, hey, listen, Gypsy's copying my entire thing. I've been an artist for years. I have paintings on paintings on paintings. I've been doing this forever. I am a survivor of abuse, and let's get into it. But I will say this, there is always a silver lining, and being an artist can be very tough, and it can be very hard to have your artwork seen. So we're going to tag her down below, and hopefully this is a situation where when life gives you lemons, you paint that shit gold. So let's get into it. I'm skipping right down to the second paragraph. You can pause to read the first one. She came in swinging, bitch. Her work is a living testimony that you can escape abuse without anyone having to die. Clock it, Trisha, clock it. It is art born from survival, painted in the aftermath of silence, designed to ignite courage in others. I mean, come on, bro. So, yes, yes. Here's one. This is called Mother Wound. Reflections and Pools of Suppression. This is really dope. I love this one. After the assassination. I mean, Trisha, my girl.
Hey, my gorgeous gossip squad. It's time to strap in for a wild, tea-spilling ride that's juicier than a summer peach, fresh off the tree. We're diving headfirst into the latest scandal swirling around none other than Gypsy Rose Blanchard, a name that's been keeping the internet hotter than a TikTok trend on fire. Allegedly, and you know I'm tossing that word in early because we're sipping on rumors here, Gypsy's new art venture, Blown Beauty Art, has landed her in a steaming pot of drama. Word on the street is she's being accused of swiping another artist's brand name and design style. And honey, the mess is thicker than a triple-decker cake at a wedding. So grab your iced latte, sink into your coziest chair, and let's unpack this alleged art heist with all the wit, shade, and critical sass you've come to love. As always, this is all speculative, based on the whispers floating around, so let's keep it fun, keep it real, and dive into the chaos. If you've been chilling under a Wi-Fi free rock, and no judgment, we all need a digital detox sometimes, Gypsy Rose Blanchard is the gift that keeps on giving when it comes to headlines. Her story, from the heartbreaking abuse she endured to the tragic events surrounding her mother's death and her time behind bars, is like a true crime docuseries you can't stop binging. But this latest chapter, it's giving Ocean's 11 meets The Devil Wears Prada. Except instead of stealing jewels, Gypsy's allegedly pilfering intellectual property, and instead of high fashion, we're talking paint splatters and questionable branding choices. The rumor mill is churning like a blender on high, claiming that Gypsy's Blown Beauty art is a near-identical ripoff of another artist's brand. Specifically, a talented creator named Trisha, who's been grinding in the art world for years, turning her trauma into stunning masterpieces. So let's break this down, layer by messy layer, and figure out what's really brewing in this alleged creative caper.
Did Gypsy plagiarize the whole Blown Beauty art thing from this woman?
Hello, my name is Trisha Renee, and I am the one who created Blown Beauty Art.
What?
Not Gypsy.
Wait, what?
My name is Trisha. Have a great and wonderful day.
Piece of shit. What? Who do you think you are? Huh?
Now, I have received a few comments from someone who's claiming that this woman's a liar and that she's never made a piece of art in her life. However, that could very well be Gypsy messaging, and I can't seem to find that account now to go back and further investigate. So kind of weird. Still gonna post it because if she did this, Gypsy, the fuck.
Let's start with Trisha, the artist at the heart of this storm. Now, I'm not flashing receipts because we're working with rumors and vibes, but the word on the street is that Trisha is a survivor of abuse who's been pouring her soul into her art for ages. Her work is described as raw, emotional, and straight from the heart. Think paintings that hit you like a freight train, with bold colors and deep meanings that scream resilience and courage. She's been building her brand, Blown Beauty Art? Yes, that name for years, sharing her journey on platforms like TikTok and earning a loyal following who stan her authenticity and talent. Her pieces, like Mother Wound and Reflections in Pools of Suppression, are allegedly so powerful they could make a stone weep, each stroke a testament to surviving trauma without, as the rumors put it, anyone having to die.
Gypsy Rose Blanchard. After recently launching GRB's art page, aka turning her former personal TikTok page into her Blown art page, Blown, a lot of people have been coming forward, speaking out against GRB. And the latest is, I guess, a former vendor, because look at this comment that was a comment on a video about Gypsy Rose's Blown art. Allegedly, GRB was being a total Karen to vendors that were providing her free goods and services. People have also pointed out the fact that GRB has stiff competition because Jodi Arias also makes Blown art. As a reminder, some of GRB's friends have also made art in the past. And look, guys, this is not a brand new idea. GRB even had this thought when she was with Nick Godejohn, the autistic man. She had delete her mother. GRB not being gracious. Who would have thought?
And then, like a plot twist in a telenovela, Gypsy Rose struts in with her own Blown Beauty Art page, and the internet's like, hold up, did you just copy-paste someone's entire vibe? Let's talk about that name for a hot minute. Blown Beauty Art. I mean, come on, y'all, it's not just similar, it's the exact same name. It's like opening a burger joint called McDonald's and claiming you didn't know there was another one out there. Allegedly, Trisha's been rocking Blown Beauty Art for years, and it's not just the name that's got people clutching their pearls. The rumors say Gypsy's art style. Think abstract, beachy scenes with paint splattered like it's trying to escape the canvas. Looks eerily close to Trisha's signature aesthetic. I'm no art scholar, but when two artists' works look like they could have been painted in the same studio with the same playlist blasting, you know something's up. TikTok and X are buzzing with side-by-side comparisons, and the internet sleuths are out here doing detective work that would make Sherlock Holmes jealous, pointing out every suspicious similarity.
We're watching Gypsy Rose repeat history in real time because it really does feel like it. So let's look at some facts. Let's go back to Christian.
First met Nick on a Christian dating website in 2012.
Gypsy has recently unlocked Christian Gypsy once again. But that's not all. Do y'all remember whenever her and Nick were talking through text messages, what she said to him about how they would make money to survive? If not, let me show you. And I can paint and sell my art.
New art page. So I am the artist behind Blown Beauty Art. And
now I want to take a moment to remind y'all what was happening in the background during those times. She was plotting and planning the murder of somebody. And that person was not only her mother, but the person that kept her from living her best life. And that's a little concerning because right now she feels like Ryan is keeping her from living her best life. But not just Ryan. She also feels that way about content creators that are speaking out about her, like myself. And let's not forget, Christy's out here telling all this girl's business, so I'm sure that she sees her as problematic too. So I don't know if one of those people in that situation or all of us in this situation should be concerned.
Here's where it gets extra spicy. Trisha's not staying quiet. Allegedly, she hopped on social media to call Gypsy out. And let me tell you, she didn't come to play. She came to slay. The rumors say Trisha's statement was a masterclass in dragging with dignity, laying out her journey as an artist and survivor while throwing shade sharper than a chef's knife. She's been painting through her pain, creating pieces that are allegedly so layered with meaning, they're practically a memoir on canvas. Her work is described as a beacon of hope, a visual diary of survival that inspires others to find their own strength. Meanwhile, Gypsy's paintings, they're giving I found a blow dryer and a YouTube tutorial energy with abstract swirls that some are saying look more like a crime scene than a masterpiece. The contrast is like night and day, and the internet's eating it up like it's a buffet of drama.
Have you guys seen the video of Gypsy Rose with her new art thing that she's doing now? Like, she's gonna be an artist now. She's trying everything, I guess, to see what works. Well, if you noticed in her video, she like has this character on, like Gypsy Rose always has a character, you know? But if you watch the full video, okay, at the very end of the video, you can like see character off. Like, if that makes sense. Like, she goes from being so smiley, thank you guys, and bye, to that. Like, character off. It's insane to me. This woman is a full-blown narcissist. Like, full-blown narcissist.
Let's flip the script and dive into Gypsy's side of this alleged mess. Since getting out of prison, Gypsy's been on a rebranding spree that's giving chameleon vibes on steroids. She's gone from victim to advocate to reality TV star, and now she's trying on artist like it's a new pair of sneakers. Allegedly, she's selling her paintings on Facebook for $120 a pop, and she's not starting from the bottom like most artists. Oh no, she took her TikTok page with 9.4 million followers, built on her notoriety, not her brush strokes, and flipped it into blown beauty art overnight. That's like opening a bakery but using your celebrity status to convince everyone your cupcakes are gourmet when they're just Betty Crocker from a box. It's manipulative, and it's got people wondering if Gypsy thinks her name alone can catapult her to the top of the art world. Spoiler alert, talent and originality matter, and the rumors suggest she's running low on both.
And she's very, very, very good at it because she was raised to be very good at it. She was raised to lie, to steal, to do whatever they had to do, to tell people whatever they had to tell them to get what she wanted. And that's exactly what Gypsy Rose is all about. That's exactly what she's done her entire time being out. If you guys have not noticed, even in prison, that's how it was in prison. That's how it is out here. She is a full-blown narcissist. And it's sick to me that people have got her to have a platform as big as she does. It's disgusting. And that she just keeps switching it to different things, you know?
Let's get into the art itself, because oh boy, it's a conversation. Allegedly, Gypsy's paintings are a mixed bag of abstract, beachy scenes with reds, yellows, and blacks that look like they were thrown together in a hurry. Some folks are calling them cute, and sure, they might work as dorm room decor, but $120? Honey, I've seen Etsy shops with more soul for half the price. The rumor mill's saying Gypsy's painting process is basically her flinging colors at a canvas with a blow dryer, and the results are questionable. One piece is described as a chunky beige disaster that looks like it belongs in a mortician's makeup kit, while another's got gray and black swirls that scream crime scene spray pattern. Yikes. Compare that to Trisha's work, which is allegedly layered with emotion and meaning, and it's like comparing a Michelin star meal to a gas station hot dog. No offense to hot dogs, but you get my drift. Here's where I put on my critical hat and throw some shade. If these rumors are true, Gypsy's not just stepping on Trisha's toes, she's doing a full-on tap dance on her entire career. As a small business owner, you know you're supposed to check if a name's taken. It's literally business 101. You brainstorm, you Google, you check socials, you make sure no one else is out there slinging blown beauty art before you claim it for yourself. But allegedly, Gypsy either skipped that step or saw Trisha's brand and thought, hey, I'm famous, I'll just take it. That's not just lazy. It's shady as hell. And if Trisha's claims hold water, Gypsy could be staring down a lawsuit for trademark infringement or intellectual property theft.
So Gypsy is now an artist. Because of course she is. Narcissists cannot stick to anything. Now, I am a professional artist. I work in oil, and I also work in color pencil. So I feel qualified to offer valid critique of Gypsy's art. And I also happen to be a professional dream analyst. And I feel compelled to look deeper into the subconscious meaning within her art. So let's dive in. Now with this first piece, what I notice is that the composition is terrible. You are immediately confronted by this vast expanse of chunky beige. And it makes me wonder, is this a nod to the mortician's makeup palette that they use to create lifelike appearance on the deceased? I can't help but suspect, yes, given that Gypsy's peculiar decision was to place this piece in what appears to be a fabric-lined coffin.
Picture the headlines. Gypsy Rose sued for stealing artist's brand. It's the kind of drama that'd have TMZ camped out on her lawn. Let's talk about why this matters. Because it's not just about paint and canvas. Art is personal. It's a piece of someone's soul, especially for survivors like Trisha, who's allegedly turned her trauma into something beautiful and inspiring. When you copy someone's brand, you're not just taking their name or their style. You're taking their story, their hustle, their survival, and Gypsy, of all people, should get that.
Now, this next piece has much better composition and is actually a good use of space, I'd have to say. However, the gray and black is reminiscent of the spray pattern of a close-range blast, perhaps a psychological echo of that earlier attempt to end her mother's life, but alas, turned out to not be effective because the pew-pew was not real. We can see that same naive recklessness in the gold flecks, which she haphazardly flung like confetti at a crime scene. A seemingly desperate bid, in my opinion, to glamorize evil intent.
Her whole narrative has been about overcoming abuse, so you'd think she'd have more respect for another survivor's journey. Instead, the rumors suggest she's trying to cash in on Trisha's grind, using her massive platform to drown out the competition. That's not a glow-up, that's entitlement, and I'm calling it out. Gypsy's got 9.4 million followers. Most artists would sell their left kidney for that kind of reach. And instead of using it to create something original or uplift others, she's allegedly riding someone else's wave.
And finally, we have yet another disastrous composition. Those red swirls clash against that giant blank void. It's not only too abrupt, it indicates that the artist is attempting to recreate the wiping away of blood splatter after a successful matricide. One could argue this piece functions as a metaphorical scrubbing, if you will, an attempt to whitewash a heinous act into an artistic journey. I would entitle this piece, So 10 Years Ago. And there you have it. My conclusion is that we just might be seeing more confessions on canvas. Just my opinion. What do you think of Gypsy's art?
Now, let's get psychological, because you know I love to play armchair therapist. Gypsy's no stranger to reinvention, and this art venture feels like her latest attempt to rewrite her narrative. She's gone from victim to villain to reality star, and now she's trying to be the next Frida Kahlo. But art isn't just something you pick up because you need a new hustle. It's a craft, a discipline, a piece of your soul. And if the rumors are true that Gypsy was texting her ex, Nicholas, about selling art before her mother's death, this isn't some spontaneous passion project. It's a calculated move, like everything else in her orbit. Allegedly, she saw dollar signs and paintbrushes, thinking, if serial killers like John Wayne Gacy and Charles Manson can sell their creepy art, why can't I? And that's where it gets dark, because using your notoriety to sell paintings that are allegedly ripped off from someone else, that's not creativity, that's opportunism.
So now she has entirely rebranded all of her large platforms dedicated to her selling these art pieces. Basically, these paintings are created by putting paint and other materials on a canvas and blowing it across the canvas with a hairdryer.
It gives me peace and it kind of centers me, and so this started as a hobby, and now I love doing it, and I would love to create pieces for people to bring them joy and happiness. I think that, in life we go through things that, sometimes are really hard. And so if we can find one thing that brings us peace and centers us inside our soul, then it's worth doing and sharing. And so I am more than happy to share my passion with you guys. And I hope you like it. So thank you guys. Bye.
So let me know what you guys think down below in the comments.
Speaking of notorious artists, let's talk about the company Gypsy's keeping. The rumor mill's buzzing about how she's not the first controversial figure to dip her toes in the art world. Killers like John Wayne Gacy, Richard Ramirez, and Charles Manson have sold their work, often to collectors who are more interested in the infamy than the talent. And allegedly, Gypsy's leaning into that vibe, hoping to attract buyers who'll pay big bucks just to say they own a piece by the Gypsy Rose Blanchard. But here's the shade. If you're going to play the infamous artist card, at least make the art worth it. Call it motherless masterpieces or killer canvases, something with a little edge. Blown beauty art? It's giving generic Etsy shop, not, I'm a complex figure with a dark past. Gypsy, you had one job and you missed the mark. Let's pivot to the social media chaos, because that's where this drama's really popping off. Allegedly, Gypsy's not just ruffling Trisha's feathers, she's also been a bit of a diva to vendors who've worked with her. The rumors say she's been demanding free goods and services like she's the queen of TikTok, and the comment sections are a whole mess. Apparently, Gypsy's been throwing shade at her ex, Ryan, dragging him for his medication use, while conveniently sidestepping her own alleged history with substances. Pot, meet kettle, and let's have a chat. The internet's calling her out for hypocrisy, and I'm right there with them.
I'll be your host as we experience the joy of painting. I think each of us sometime in our life has wanted to paint a picture. I think there's an artist hid in the bottom of every single one of us. And here we will try to show you how to bring that artist out, to put it on canvas, because you too can paint almighty pictures. You know, we have avoided painting for so long because I think all of our lives we've been told that you have to go to school half your life, maybe even have to be blessed by Michelangelo at birth to ever be able to paint a picture. And here we want to show you that that's not true, that you can paint a picture right along with us.
If you're going to come for someone's recovery, maybe don't do it while you're allegedly stealing someone else's brand. And don't even get me started on her and her current boo, Ken, pointing fingers at Ryan like it's a playground fight. Y'all are out here bickering over who's the bigger victim, while the rest of us are just trying to keep up with the tea. But let's zoom out and talk about the bigger issue: Gypsy's sense of entitlement. The rumors paint a picture of someone who thinks she can skip the line because of her name. Most artists, Trisha included, have to grind for years, building their brand from the ground up, dealing with rejection, and hustling to get their work seen. Gypsy, she's got a built-in audience of millions, and instead of using that privilege to create something authentic, she's allegedly piggybacking off someone else's vision. It's not just about the art, it's about the audacity. Small business owners know the struggle. Brainstorming names, checking trademarks, pouring your heart into something only to see someone with a bigger platform swoop in and take it. If these allegations are true, it's a slap in the face to every artist who's ever had to fight for their place in the world.
I take a little time off of social media, and here we go. Gypsy Rose, if you didn't have this on your Bingo 2025 card, this is B29. Go ahead and mark that off for the rebrand. And the rebrand is an art rebrand. All her social medias have been renamed to Bloom Beauty Art, and there are creators who have been talking about this, and they are posting the very eerie similarities of the fact that this is something she's been planning for a very long time, because before her and Nicholas unalived her mother, she was texting him about how she could sell her art and they could make money. And listen, there's a market for everything. There are going to be people out there that are going to buy one of these paintings just to say they have a piece of artwork from a killer. And in my opinion, this was a missed rebranding opportunity when it comes to what they are naming the rebrand. Bloom Beauty Art is kind of boring. It should have been something like Motherless Art.
Now, I know some of you are thinking, but she's been through so much. Can't we give her a break? And sure, Gypsy's story is a wild one. Abuse, Munchausen by proxy, a life turned upside down. But trauma doesn't give you a free pass to step on other people's dreams. If anything, it should make you more empathetic, not less. Trisha's allegedly a survivor too, and she's out here creating art that inspires courage and healing. Gypsy could have collaborated with her, shouted her out, or at least come up with an original name. Instead, the rumors suggest she's trying to cash in on Trisha's grind, and that's where I draw the line. You don't get to play the victim card while allegedly victimizing someone else. Let's talk about the legal side, because this could get messy. If Trisha decides to take this to court, and the rumors say she's got a solid case, Gypsy could be looking at a lawsuit for trademark infringement, copyright violation, or even unfair competition. Imagine the courtroom drama. Trisha's team rolling up with receipts of her blown beauty art brand, side-by-side comparisons of their work, and maybe even some screenshots of Gypsy's social media shenanigans.
Or killer paintings by Gypsy, or something like that. Or how about even the canvas is fire by Gypsy? Like anything would have been better than blown beauty art. And there's one more thing when she missed an opportunity, and this is the presentation of the artwork. I feel like if she really wanted to do this, whatever, because it's an identity crisis going on here, and this is form of therapy is art and dabbling in art, and we know other serial killers have dabbled in art. You got John Wayne Gacy, Richard Ramirez, the list goes on and on. Go ahead, go look it up, and you'll be like, oh wow. I digress. I feel like she should have presented, instead of like a beachy scenery type of artwork with this paint in the blow dryer, like red and some yellows and some black and maybe a little orange, like to look like blood splatter. And she could have named one of the canvases like Forever DD or something like that. I mean, I'm just saying. Yeah, but let me know what you guys think down below. If you were rebranding, what would you call this new business model? Do you have a better name? I would love to hear suggestions in the comment section below. And on that note, just mark it off the bingo card, and I'll see you on the next one.
Gypsy's defense? Probably something about how it's all a coincidence or how she's just expressing herself. But here's the tea. Courts don't care about your sob story when it comes to intellectual property. If Trisha's got proof, and the internet seems to think she does, Gypsy could be crying her way to a settlement or a hefty fine. And with her track record, the headlines would be relentless. Gypsy Rose sued for art theft? It's the kind of drama that'd have the internet in a frenzy. So, what's the vibe of Gypsy's art anyway? Allegedly, it's a mixed bag of questionable choices. Some pieces are described as chunky beige disasters that look like they belong in a funeral home's color palette, while others have a bit more promise but still scream, "I'm trying to channel something dark." One piece, with its gray and black swirls, is rumored to look like a spray pattern from a close-range blast. Yikes, that's a visual nobody asked for. Another's got red swirls clashing against a blank void, which some are calling a metaphorical attempt to whitewash her past. I'm no art critic, but if I were, I'd say Gypsy's paintings are screaming, "I'm processing some stuff, but I'm also trying to make a quick buck." And that's the problem. Art should come from the heart, not a hustle. If you're going to step into the creative world, bring something new to the table, not a knockoff of someone else's masterpiece. Let's dive deeper into the art comparisons, because this is where the tea gets scalding. Trisha's work, according to the rumors, is like a visual diary. Pieces that tell a story of survival, with titles like Mother Wound that hit you right in the chest. Her use of color is allegedly deliberate, with every stroke carrying meaning, like she's painting her way out of trauma. Gypsy's art, on the other hand, it's giving, "I saw it on TikTok and thought I could do it too." The rumors say her paintings lack depth, with colors thrown together like she's trying to recreate a Jackson Pollock but forgot the passion. One piece is allegedly so sloppy, it looks like she sneezed on the canvas and called it art. And the blow dryer technique? Apparently she's using it to create her signature look, but it's coming off more crime scene splatter than artistic genius. The internet's calling it lazy, and I can't say I disagree.
Ryan motherfucking Anderson, come to the front. I know you've been not spilling all of the tea because you don't want to cause a little ripple and you don't want her to give away all your business, but she's doing it anyways. And not just your business, Patrick's business. At this point, if I was you, I would let it all out of the bag because she's going to slowly let all your shit out of the bag anyways, so why not just get ahead of the game? A small part of me sympathizes because you do have a whole career that this girl has destroyed. And sure, for the people that are gonna be like, he destroyed it by dating a murderer. He did, kind of. But it is beyond destroyed whenever she's coming out and saying shit like this. Let's be honest, the girl's capitalizing off of not only her mother, but you. And while jobs may give a shit about this kind of stuff, the general public doesn't. At least you're clean and you're not still out here doing stuff. But come on, man, how many more low blows, or shall I say stabs, are you going to take from this girl at your expense? I just can't comprehend not coming out and saying something against her with everything she's had to say against you.
Now, let's talk about Gypsy's past, because it's impossible to ignore the shadow it casts over this drama. Allegedly, she's been planning this art venture for years, even texting Nicholas about it before the tragic events with her mother. That's not a hobby, that's a long-term strategy. And while I'm all for second chances, there's something unsettling about someone with her history leaning into the infamous artist trope. The rumors suggest she's not just painting for therapy, she's painting for profit, banking on the morbid curiosity of people who will buy her work just to say they own a piece by that Gypsy Rose. It's a savvy move, I'll give her that, but it's also a little gross when you consider she's allegedly stepping on another artist's toes to do it. If you're going to sell your story, at least make it your own, not a remix of someone else's.
And like, I respect him so much for addressing the opposing side, as we want to call it. But I agree with you, Bree. I really feel like Ken has a major platform now with his social media having grown substantially, that he doesn't need to rely on any other content creator when he himself could be a content creator and have that power. And, you know, we just had wrapped up filming with the previous season of our show. He has a TV show. He has major social media following now. He doesn't need to rely on anyone's social media to have a voice. And so I think that given the right time, the right space, the right opportunities that come his way to share his story of how we met, how our relationship is going, all of those details that he wants to share with people and in a sense show them the light or the truth, he will be able to. Right now, it's just a complicated space and time and area right now. And I know how frustrating that could be, but just give it time and the right opportunities will come your way.
Let's talk about the fans because they're a huge part of this story. Gypsy's got a legion of supporters who'll defend her no matter what, and they're probably already in my comments typing, "Leave her alone, she's been through enough." But here's the tea. Fandom doesn't excuse shady behavior. If the rumors are true and Gypsy's copying Trisha's brand, that's not a mistake. It's a choice. And her fans, as loyal as they are, deserve to know that their queen might not be playing fair. On the flip side, Trisha's got her own squad hyping her up, tagging her in posts, and calling for justice. It's like a social media showdown, with both sides slinging hashtags and shade like it's the Wild West. My take? I'm Team Truth. And right now, the truth is looking a little murky on Gypsy's end.
The man that I married went on Facebook once a month because I asked him to. He didn't do social media. He didn't care. It was never about the public back then. And it's so hard to see what you have become. So yeah, I get mad, I get frustrated, I get angry because I know that that's not you. 11 weeks pregnant. Ken and I are expecting our very first child come January of 2025. And all of the things that I wished I could have had when I was little. Biddy, welcome to my new art page. So I am the artist behind Blown Beauty Art, and I'm excited to share with everybody my creations. I'm Gypsy Rose Blanchard, and this is my first In-N-Out burger ever. I got a double-double.
Animal style.
That's hot. Fucking months since I texted you, and you're spiraling out of control. So just remember, just as much dirt as you have on me, I have on you, honey. You punch at me, I punch back 10 times harder. Exactly. I didn't want to be on social media on the 10th. And so I can send you the screenshot from my phone of when I took that picture, the sonogram picture, on June 10th at 2-something in the afternoon with Ken. This is my husband. He's slapping some girl's ass. That's my husband. We're still married. He's still married. I'm still married. It is the perfect town. The perfect place. 2103 West Volunteer Way, Springfield, Missouri, 65803. I'm going to Children's Mercy Hospital to see my dentist. Hey y'all. So I know I haven't been on TikTok for a few days. I deleted the TikTok app off my phone for a few days, had to re-download it back to post this message. But the truth is I have a lot of support in... Oh, honey, I am so not threatened by you. My man wouldn't touch you with a 10-foot pole. You're just...
So, what's next for Gypsy? If these allegations turn into a lawsuit, she could be in for a rough ride. A legal battle would mean more headlines, more scrutiny, and probably more tears, hence the crying in our title, because you know the tabloids would have a field day. But even if it doesn't go that far, the court of public opinion is already in session, and the internet's not holding back. Creators are calling her out, fans are picking sides, and the drama's only getting started. My advice to Gypsy? Own it! If you messed up, apologize, rebrand, again, and come up with something original. And maybe give Trisha a shout out for inspiring you, because imitation is the sincerest form of flattery, but only if you give credit where it's due. Let's talk about the broader implications, because this isn't just about Gypsy and Trisha, it's about the art world, creativity, and respect. Every artist out there knows the struggle of building a brand from nothing. You pour your heart into your work, you fight for every follower, every sale, every moment of recognition. And when someone with a massive platform allegedly swoops in and takes what you've built, it's not just a personal slight. It's a betrayal of the creative community. Trisha's story, if the rumors are true, is a reminder of how hard artists work to carve out their space and how quickly that can be threatened by someone with more clout. Gypsy could have used her platform to uplift other survivors, to collaborate, to create something truly unique. Instead, the rumors suggest she's cutting corners, and that's a choice that could cost her more than just a lawsuit.
Gypsy, Ryan, and Ken are still doing the damn thing. I don't understand what's happening. When does this end? I mean, I don't mind it. It's funny. It's fun. But y'all, this is crazy. Cannon's on live summoning Gypsy. I mean, who the hell is he yelling at? He's yelling at Ryan's for being with me. I'm just kidding. Ken spoke and looked nice. I told y'all it was a fucking vape. I told y'all he shaved his head to get away with the CPS thing. I'm just kidding. They took his armpit hair, or he shaved that too. Listen, Ken, you look great. Don't worry about it. You look professional with the little mic thing, and you said with the vape. I knew it was a vape. When are you moving to Texas? You want me to come over with the pickup truck and help you move? Because I can. I could come over. Cannon's yelling at Ryan's like it's going to do something. He's still going to talk about y'all. You gave him an ultimatum like he can't make it. He's going to make the ultimatum. He's banned for a week. He can't talk about Gypsy and you on live. He's banned for the week. Maybe next week.
Let's dive into the social media dynamics a bit more, because this is where the drama lives and breathes. Platforms like TikTok and X are like the Wild West of gossip, with creators posting videos and threads that dissect every detail of this scandal. Allegedly, Gypsy's been using her massive following to push her art, but it's not just about the sales, it's about the perception. By flipping her existing account to Blown Beauty Art, she's giving the illusion that her art brand has millions of followers, when really, those followers came for her story, not her paintings. It's a clever trick, but it's also deceptive, and it's got people calling her out for trying to skip the grind. Trisha, on the other hand, has built her following organically, one painting at a time, and her fans are rallying behind her like an army ready to defend their queen. The contrast is stark, and it's fueling the fire of this online feud.
The one sentence that made me question everything about Gypsy Rose's case was this one right here, where Gypsy says she was so bonded by the lie with her mom, they couldn't escape each other. So which lie was it? Was it the one where your mom was scamming everyone for vacations, houses, cars, donations? Was that the lie you were bonded with? Let me know.
Let's talk about the art market for a second, because this is where Gypsy's strategy gets interesting. The rumors suggest she's tapping into a niche market, people who collect art from controversial figures. It's a real thing, y'all. There are folks out there who'll pay top dollar for a painting just because it's tied to a notorious name. And Gypsy, with her infamous past, is perfectly positioned to cash in on that. But here's the catch. If you're going to play that game, You need to bring something unique to the table. Trisha's art, allegedly, is unique because it's born from her personal journey. Gypsies. It's allegedly a pale imitation, and that's not going to fly with collectors who value authenticity. If she wants to compete in this space, she needs to step up her game, not just rely on her name to carry her.
She literally says she's selling it. And as someone who likes to craft and make cosplays on a really skimpy budget, I know that those supplies come from the Dollar Tree. Like in the one video where it shows all the stuff laid out over that gray piece of plastic, that's a shower curtain from the Dollar Tree. And you want to know why I know that? See this gray here? You see these little things right here? This is that same gray shower curtain from the Dollar Tree. I was using it to keep my dogs from barking when they saw people. I also have that same gold leaf, some of the same paint, and the canvases. So, if it cost you $5 to make that, and that art literally takes less than 5 minutes to make, it ain't worth $100 to $120, sweetie.
Let's get into the ethics of it all, because this is where things get murky. Art isn't just about making pretty pictures. It's about telling a story, sharing a piece of yourself with the world. For survivors like Trisha, that story is deeply personal, tied to their experiences of overcoming trauma. When someone like Gypsy allegedly copies that story, it's not just a business move, it's a violation of trust. The art community is built on respect for each other's work, and if these rumors are true, Gypsy's breaking that unspoken code. She's got a platform that most artists could only dream of, and instead of using it to elevate others, she's allegedly using it to overshadow them. That's not just a bad look, it's a bad precedent, and it's something the creative world needs to call out. Let's talk about the role of social media in amplifying this drama because it's a game changer. Platforms like TikTok and X have turned this scandal into a global conversation, with creators and fans alike weighing in on every detail. Allegedly, Gypsy's been trying to control the narrative, posting videos that hype up her art while ignoring the accusations. But the internet doesn't forget, and Trisha's supporters are out here dropping receipts like they're auditioning for a detective show. The hashtag #BlownBeautyArt has become a battleground, with both sides posting their takes and rallying their followers. It's a reminder of how powerful social media can be in shaping public opinion, and how quickly a scandal can spiral out of control when the internet gets involved. Let's dive into the psychology of Gypsy's fans, because they're a fascinating piece of this puzzle.
Gypsy Rose took her social media break, I'm assuming to try to figure out what she's going to do to make money now that TikTok will not allow her to be a part of the creator fund because she is a felon. And I don't think people were dying to wear her clothes as much as she thought people were, so she couldn't make money there. But she is now back and she is starting her own business, and you're never going to believe what this business is called. Now, you cannot find Gypsy Rose's Instagram just by searching Gypsy Rose or Gypsy Rose Blanchard. It is now under her company name. But she got on social media in order to explain to people what is going on and what she is now doing.
Hi everybody, welcome to my new art page. So I am the artist behind Blown Beauty Art.
And that company name is blowbeauty.art, and she is selling blown beauty art. And according to Gypsy Rose, she is already fully booked and is trying to get through her DMs to cover all of the messages of people dying to get to her art. But on her story today, she said, due to the high volume of interest, it is taking me time to answer all of my DMs. Please be patient. Thank you. But if you want a Gypsy Rose exclusive art piece, you know where to go get one now.
Gypsy's got a cult-like following, with fans who see her as a survivor, a hero, a symbol of resilience. And that's powerful. It's why she's got 9.4 million followers in the first place. But that loyalty can blind people to her flaws, and the rumors suggest she's banking on that. By positioning herself as an artist, she's appealing to her fans' desire to see her succeed, to see her rise above her past. But if she's allegedly stealing someone else's work, that's a betrayal of that trust, and it's something her fans need to grapple with. Trisha's fans, on the other hand, are fighting for justice, and their passion is a reminder of how much art means to those who create it. Let's talk about the potential fallout, because this scandal could have legs. If Trisha pursues legal action, Gypsy could be looking at more than just bad press. A lawsuit could mean financial penalties, a damaged reputation, and a hit to her brand that she might not recover from. And even if it doesn't go to court, the internet's already passing judgment. And that's a tough crowd to please. Gypsy's built her post-prison life on being a public figure, but that visibility comes with scrutiny. And right now, the spotlight's not flattering. If she wants to come out of this unscathed, she needs to address the allegations head-on, not hide behind her fame.
Hi everybody, welcome to my new art page. So I am the artist behind Blown Beauty Art, and I'm excited to share with everybody my creations. I've loved to paint for a very long time, and I've just started getting back into it, and so I'm excited to share my creations with everyone. Art is something that I think resonates with a lot of people, because with abstract art, it doesn't have to be perfect, and I've never been one of those girls that colored inside the lines type of person. So I'm excited to make something special for everyone. It gives me peace, and it kind of centers me, and so this started as a hobby, and now I love doing it, and I would love to create pieces for people, to bring them joy and happiness. I think that, in life we go through things that, sometimes are really hard, and so if we can find one thing that brings us peace and centers us inside our soul.
Let's have some fun with this, because I can't stay serious for too long. If I were rebranding Gypsy's art venture, I'd go for something with a bit more flair. Blown Beauty Art is cute, but it's giving basic. How about Canvas of Controversy? Or Painted Redemption? Or if we're going full chaotic energy splatter of secrets? Drop your suggestions in the comments, because I know y'all are creative geniuses. And while you're at it, let me know what you think of this whole mess. Is Gypsy just trying to find her place in the world, or is she pulling a fast one on us all? Is Trisha's art worth the hype, or is this just another internet feud blown out of proportion? I want all the tea, so spill it below. As always, my loves, this is all alleged, all speculative, all for entertainment purposes. We're just sipping the gossip, not serving it as gospel. But one thing's for sure, Gypsy Rose Blanchard knows how to keep us talking. Whether she's painting her way to redemption or painting herself into a corner, this story's got more layers than one of her canvases. So, until the next scandal drops, keep your eyes peeled, your Wi-Fi strong, and your heart open to the truth, whatever it may be. Love you all, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace out.